A girl accidentally travels back to the 1980s and finds herself becoming the stepmother of 2 kids. It all starts when she attends a classmate's wedding and, by mistake, gets pushed down the stairs and dies. When she opens her eyes again, she finds herself in another world. The surroundings are messy and dirty, and 2 kids are huddled in a corner, watching her. Before she can even process what's happening, a flood of memories rushes into her mind. Apparently, the stepmother she's now become was very cruel to the 2 kids. Not only did she refuse to feed them, but she also often beat and scolded them. The stepmother had tragically slipped on a banana peel and died, which is how the girl ended up in her place. She immediately looks at the calendar on the wall, and it hits her, she's really unlucky. Determined to make things right, she tries to change her image, but the kids are terrified of her. The older brother even warns her not to come any closer. Just then, her husband walks in after work. The girl starts observing him, but he immediately scolds her, telling her not to bully the kids. She tries to explain herself, but before she can, a neighbor bursts in to complain to the husband, saying she often hears the girl hitting the children at home. The girl, pushed to her limit, warns the neighbor to mind her own business. The neighbor, frightened, runs off. But instead of being grateful, her husband thinks she's too aggressive and drags the kids into the bedroom. The girl, feeling helpless, decides to start cleaning up the house. Meanwhile, her husband reflects on whether he overreacted earlier. The younger brother starts crying, asking the girl to leave, but the husband comforts him and tells him to be more understanding of her. After finishing the cleaning, the girl starts to fix herself up. At this moment, the husband, having just gotten the kids to sleep, walks out of the room and is taken aback by the girl's sudden change in appearance. The girl asks him how she looks, and he shyly rushes back to the room. Just then, the neighbor arrives again, this time bringing the creditors with her, shouting that the girl owes money and demanding she pay it back. The girl can't deny it, as the stepmother really did borrow money. The creditor threatens to take the kids as payment if the debt isn't settled, and moves to grab them. The girl tries to stop them but is shoved aside. As the creditor reaches for the kids, she steps in front of them without hesitation. This finally makes her husband snap. He kicks the creditor to the ground and starts beating up the group. Afterward, he says he'll pay the debt but orders them not to bother his family anymore. The creditors quickly flee. The neighbor, once again, comes out to criticize the girl and demands that her husband kick her out. But the husband defends the girl, even pointing out that it was the neighbor who led the creditors to their door. The neighbor, fuming, storms off. Once home, the girl apologizes to her husband, but he just goes straight to their bedroom. She feels sure he's angry, but the next moment, he surprises her by pulling out a bank book and telling her to use it to pay off the debt. Touched, she asks him why he's being so kind to her. He simply replies, "Since I married you, I'm responsible for you."